Hey, welcome back to part 2, bidding commercial jobs. This is just a beginner course, a little bit of what I do. I don't need the comments on you did it wrong, you did it this way, you did it that way. I'm just teaching you the way I do it. I hope it helps you out. Let's get back in with Andy, a coaching call I just did where he is bidding a brand new TI job and getting into commercial. Hey, if you're interested in coaching, click those links down below in the description. Don't forget about all our sponsors. Their links will be down there as well. Part 1, we talked about how we're going to do RFIs, requests for information. Now we're getting into the second phase of bidding. And basically what we're looking at is the plans. And I wanted to take a look and see, since it's a TI tenant improvement, if these are existing walls or if they're going to be all brand new walls. And that's where we're picking up. Let's go.
Before I even bid it, most of the time, I'll do a site visit. I'll go to the main panel because it looks like it's going to be existing. Let's double check that because this is a TI, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
it's
so
a TI.
Yep, let's take a look. So it says existing. You need to make sure, take a bunch of pictures. I have Google Photos and I have Google Drive. If I'm going to bid a job like this, I make a folder for it right away. When I go on the field, I take 100 pictures, I dump them into that folder. When I go back, and I mean 100 pictures, Andy, pictures are free. But then when you got to drive all the way back to that job site because you go, damn it, I forgot to take a picture of the label inside the panel. And then I try to do video. And I know it's time consuming. And look, a lot of people, if I put this out on YouTube, that's why I have the shotgun email proposal. But you're just starting out. Yeah. You know, when you're just starting out, you got to spend the time. You got to do it for your own company. I don't care how much experience you had on for somebody else. This is your baby now. So you got to make sure you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's. I would go inside. I would poke my head if it's got a drop ceiling now just to see how high the actual ceilings are, see what kind of ladders you're going to need. You want to make notes, see if you're going to need a lift, what kind of tools, what kind of equipment you're going to need to rent that you don't have. Okay? In your invoice sheet, you are going to put an allowance. Anything that you're not 100% sure, but you know you need, even if you don't think you need to rent equipment, you're going to put in the contract. Let's just say your contract came out to $27,900. Then you're going to put underneath it allowances, rental equipment, additional $1,000. Title 24 inspection or whatever, $2,500. You want to put some of these things that you want to have it, or you're going to put it under your exclusions. Okay, you can do it either way.
All right, so the benefit of Andy and me coaching is he also did the ultimate paperwork for electrical contractors on my website, www.the360electrician.com, www.the360electrician.com. And in the paperwork, you get the proposal, the work order, and you get my shotgun email outline. I tell you everything you should include in proposals. These are commercial ones, the ones where you want to shoot 5 or 6 commercial proposals, and you don't want to sit there for 6 days trying to give everybody bids. You want to feel out these clients and customers. There's a section in there also called exclusions that are just as important as inclusions. Did you know that? If you didn't, reach out. I'm here to help you. All right, let's get back into it.
Does that make sense? Low voltage. Low voltage. I would put it as an exclusion. But if you put it in as an allowance, then they could say, oh, will you do the low voltage? Yeah, I got an allowance in it for $6,900. I think I can get it done for that much. They approve it. So you can do it either way. I like leaving it as an exclusion and then getting into the job. No offense to them. It's not my job, right, to tell them everything.
Yeah.
I don't do, I'm not their engineer. I'll usually get into the job, get my feet wet. And as soon as I do, I'll go to the owner or the general and be like, can I get the name and number of the low voltage contractor so I can find out where they want any plugs or something because it's not in the plans.
Yeah.
All change orders. And then they look at you and go, what do you mean low voltage? Especially California. See, we don't have low voltage plans here.
Yeah.
Notice that?
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you're capable. Are you capable of running the Cat 5, Cat 6?
Yeah, did it the other day.
You good terminating them?
Yep, did it the other day.
Perfect,
I did 7 of them and charged them $1,200, and they loved it.
Nice. Okay, so see what I'm saying? You want to leave those as your exclusions and list it, or you want to put it as an allowance, but you don't know what it is. So you say, look, in my bid, I've got an allowance for you guys to look at. You got to be careful about the allowance. Some people put the allowance in the bid. So in other words, my bid's $28,700, and there's a line item in there that says you included low voltage, but it's only $1,500 allowance. And then because you don't know what it is, but you want to get your feet wet on it, right? Yeah. So you're putting $1,000. And then right, $1,000 allowance.
So exclusions, just a little part of it, how important it is to make sure you're putting that. Look, if you're starting out, I know you're not going to know this stuff. You're really anxious to learn it. That's why this channel is here. Hey, did you take a second and subscribe if you're getting something out of this? Look, we're the only niche. We're the only business-to-business electrical contractor channel on YouTube. Now, there's some other people helping contractors in the space, and I get it. I love those guys. They give you a different perspective, but I'm giving it to you straight as an electrical contractor for the past 16 years. Okay, in this next segment, one area you have to be careful, and it's one area where you can save a ton of money, especially if you're in California or the East Coast, is your lighting controls and your lighting package. Did you know just because they put a Lithonia troffer doesn't mean you need to put a Lithonia troffer? The reason Lithonia is in there, big industry secret, is because the electrical engineer is getting a kickback. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure from Lithonia for putting that into the plans. Well, if you can give them a like-for-like fixture that's your house brand, kind of like me, big shout out to PQL Lighting out in Simi Valley, you can reduce your cost of your material and put that into your proposal, and now you're better than the competition, but you're still making the same money. Let's take a look.
So there's going to be something in here for lighting. General notes. Lighting control panel, X control circuit. So you have a lighting control panel. You see that?
Yeah.
But yet you have no specs on it.
Nope.
How funny is that? Lighting control panel. So let's go back down and actually see the lighting control panel in the legend. I see the electrical sub panel. You see? There's nothing, no symbol for the lighting control panel.
Nope. Did they do another cut and paste thing?
No, you don't even need a lighting control panel if you put Vive. There's no control panel.
Right.
You only use a control panel for relays. You know, if you probably want to shut down 27 lights at once, maybe you would put a relay.
Yeah.
Occupancy, yeah. So it doesn't have, see, that's why I put an RFI right away. Lighting control device mounted in ceiling. Lighting control device. My RFI would be what kind of lighting control system, or can I pick whatever I want that does the job?
All right, let's take a quick look at demo. Remember, most TI jobs are going to have existing stuff that needs to get demoed. Walls are going down, panels are getting moved, lighting's getting moved. Don't forget about demo in your bid. It's important, and in this case, it was in the plans that you, the electrical contractor, have to demo. Let's take a look.
In your bid, who's going to take care of, in fact, it was there, demo. There was demo in your E4. Did you see that?
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I think I saw it earlier. I get these all printed out, too. E4.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it today, man, but FedEx.
No, okay. Yeah, general demolition note. Remove and or reroute and reconnect any existing circuits. Interrupt by demolition work. It's in your bid. Okay?
All right.
Install new conduits where existing outlet boxes on raceways are used. Do not use existing conductors. Minimum wire size shall be number 12. Remove conductors from any abandoned raceway back to nearest termination point. You have a lot of cleanup, maybe 3 days, 4 days. So take that into consideration.
So because I can't show you every single thing on this video, and you're probably ready to click off by now because your head is bored. But anyway, we just went through a whole segment of how I actually bid the time, the material, and how I'm going to come up with the numbers. So just briefly, I was telling him that I split up the blueprint. I don't send it out to an estimating crew. We do this all in-house. And basically, I will go room by room with my crew, and we sit down, and we know what our daily labor rate is to charge. Do you know yours? If you don't, click that coaching link because I want to teach you the 5 simple places where you need to put numbers and you will be good forever and ever. Trust me, I've coached over 150 people. I teach it the same exact way. It's the way I do it in my company. So we went through the plans and we basically go room by room. We get our labor estimate, our material estimate, our miscellaneous, and our low voltage. And then we add all the rooms together. Then we do our home runs. This is just a little bit of a segment of us going through that. If it doesn't make sense, I apologize. I tried to make it clear without pretty much making this video for an hour long. Let's go.
$500 for your daily labor rate for helper. So you're $1,500. If I said you were $1,000 for a single,
Yep.
you're $1,500 for 2-man crew.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
$1,400 for construction, ongoing customers is totally fine as well. You know, repeat work, people you go all the time, property management, I usually give them a slight discount, but your retail minimum is $1,500. Your wholesale minimum is going to be about $1,400.
Got it.
or you go 1,500, 1,600, which is actually a better number. I just don't know how much competition you have in your area. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why. Half of 1,500, 750. Super easy. Half of 1,600, 800. Super easy. We talked about that.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So I would go in at 1,400 on a TI all day long because you're going to be competing against a bunch of people. Okay.
Yeah.
So if now let's go back then and let's consider this 2-man job every single day because you're not going to be by yourself.
No.
That room on these plans for those 3 outlets, and whether it's conduit or wire, 2 guys, 2 hours is more than enough.
Yep.
Okay. So I would write under power, right? I would write 2. These are hours we're adding. Okay. 2. Now we're not including the home run yet. I'll show you where the home run's going to go. Okay. That's going to go in the very end. Let's go back up to the next page before that and go to lighting.
Yep.
Looks like we got 2 occupancy sensors going to a switch, then going to 4 lights. The circuit's coming in from the other side, it looks like. And then you have a motion light. So now I'm going to say that with the troppers, installing the motion, the sensors, 2 guys, depends on the ceiling height. I'm going to say that's probably about 6 hours. Troppers aren't the funnest thing to hang. You got to get them all, Would you say 2 by 6?
For what?
To do that room, just the 4 tropper lights, installing those, running the circuits to all 4. Then, I did forget though, if you're going to do Lutron Vive, you're only going to run a switch light to the single light. You're not even going to wire in those 2 motion lights. Forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still comfortable at
12
I would
hours.
drop it. No, I would drop. No, just 6 hours. Remember, we're always counting double. We'll talk about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would drop that to probably. I know people on the channel will be like, "I'll do that in 2 hours. I'll do that in 2 hours. You're so slow." You know what? I would say 2 guys, 4 hours still.
Yeah, but you know what? That also depends. Like you got to take the average too, right? You got to get, because me or you could be super fast and there's another guy that could be super slow. And you can't calculate.
Right. It takes on you. Right. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is you can't calculate how fast we work because that's always going to be faster than everybody else. Maybe. Don't you just take the average?
No, you don't, because how are you going to do the average? How do you know what the average is for that? You got to do it on you. You need to make money. The book is stupid. It would take you 17 days to bid this job.
Probably,
okay, so what I'm saying is, what do you care, Andy? Like I said, if you're $1,000 a day electrician, what do you care what everybody else charges? Because if you don't charge 1,000, 2 people lose. We did that. You lose or your company loses. The journeyman doesn't lose. You got to pay me what you told me. Uncle Sam's not going to lose, right? The office worker's not going to lose. The only people that lose is you or your company. So same thing here. And I'm not asking you to break your back. If I say 2 hours, 4 hours for 2 guys, that's me being comfortable. I'm going to not screw around. Right. And then let's be honest, you are one of those 2. So if you want to take 8 hours, who the hell cares? You're not going anywhere. But we have to bill something that's reasonable.
Right.
All right, are you guys getting the idea of how I teach the way I do it? It sounds complicated, but this is only a 1-hour session. I've got tons of ways that I can do it. I do bid several different ways depending on the job, and that's what I want to teach you. So I hope you're still getting something out of this video. If you're here and you're still watching, have you subscribed? Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below of what you think so far. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps us to grow. You know, we're almost at 10,000. I think we're going to get there by the end of this year, and that is all because you guys are trusting in the channel. Hey, look, what I'm telling you is the way I do it. If you have other ways, leave comments and help everybody. There's no one perfect way. Remember how Andy said the average? There is no such thing. You have to charge what you have to charge. Who cares what everybody else is? And if you don't get the job, you don't get it. Because if you do reduce your cost, it's only coming out of your pocket or your company's pocket. All right? Listen, stay tuned for part 3. I'm going to wrap it up right here to keep you involved. Don't forget to go to the website, www.the360electrician.com. Don't forget to join the channel as a member on the 240 volt or 480 volt. It's down below at that blue join button. Then you get on our live meetups for members only every single month. And we've got a ton of stuff coming for 2023 that you want to miss. For less than $10 a month, it's actually $2.99, I believe $5.99, and you're a part of this team where you're going to get insights to me and everything we do, and then get to join on a call, just like I did with Andy, but about 6 of you, and then we go live on YouTube. We will see you on the next one.